At least
Oh, yeah.
socialize it, see if we can drum up a viewer or so. Facebook. Let's see what you got to say to us. Happy Halloween. Well, that's old. Holy
good.
catfish,
2
Kate's
days late.
and big.
What?
Kate from the parade. Her little kid is getting big.
Oh, I didn't hear the kid part. I was like, Chuck, what are you talking about?
How rude.
Not she's getting big.
I was like, Chuck, damn.
Let's see. Share something about this. Magical thinking on its way.
Wait a minute. Are you sharing or are you just skimming
I'm
Facebook?
sharing our video.
Sharing is caring. So
Join us for Star Trek fun. Oh, and did we have a note in there about the
yes,
club thing
it's
that I'm going to talk about?
right up front there, right at the top. Well, not at the top.
Oh, there it is. A few minutes, including Chuck mentioning United Federation of Phoenix. Good. Okay, good. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, you have the floor. I'll take the ceiling and 2 walls and a window as well.
All right. Well,
so are you done with Pumpkin Spice Days now?
Take the naked gun.
Yes,
take a seat, please. No, I don't need a chair.
Fortunately, I am. Now moving on to the 12 other projects going on. So,
UCLA? Yes, I live there. I see it every day.
I don't know. I watched that movie. I felt like a lot of it was like, we're going through the motions. This is what you expect. I don't know. I think also because the surprise is long since gone about the shtick. I mean,
oh yeah,
that kind of. So you had to bring something new to the party, and it's just like, I'm not sure they brunged new.
I'm sorry.
But well, none of the other 4 movies were new either.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I disagree. I think the whole chili dogs situation was funny.
Yeah, but they showed that. One of the things is they showed that in the clip. I mean, I think the trailer had like all that we saw in the theater had all that whole bit.
I know it did. Yeah, another suit.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
I enjoyed it, but yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah.
All righty. So
are we ready?
I think we are ready. That's going to just keep chugging away in the background. Hopefully it's not causing too much of a lag on my part, but it's struggling to try to compress the second video.
Someone has joined us.
Join us on a journey where, no, that's, I'll be saying that in a few minutes via tape.
He's warming up his voice. He's practicing. Join us. Join us.
Join us.
Yeah.
Join us.
No, try again. More inflection.
Join us. Join us.
More intensity.
More inflection on the us.
Faster, more intense. There we go. Join us.
That's Lucas.
All righty. So whenever you are ready.
All righty. Give you the count in 5, 4, 3, 2.
This is The Topic is Trek, episode 190 for Friday, November 7th, 2025. Coming up in this episode, someone tells Zachary he can return that costume. We help you start your Trek holiday shopping list. Khan can't catch a break. All that and more right now here on The Topic is Trek. The Kelvinverse collapse. Welcome to The Topic is Trek, the podcast that runs on impulse power. Join us for a journey where no show has gone before. If it has to do with Star Trek, there's a good chance we'll talk about it. Sooner or later, because on this show, the topic is Trek. Engage already. Well, hello, and welcome to the thrill-packed edition of The Topic is Trek. And we've got a lot going on today in this episode, so we're going to get right to it. First of all, beaming in to join me from parts unknown with the hip new catchphrase that you will guaranteed be talking about the fact you didn't talk about tomorrow. Got to diagram that sentence is Mr. Craig Stepp. Oh,
Finally.
My coffee's cold.
Smooth as rich Corinthian leather.
ooh, so nice. Very appropriate for what we're doing, but
I'm
well,
not sure the Corinthians actually make leather, but
I
You,
don't
you
yeah,
know that's not a thing, right?
yeah, I was gonna say it really wasn't the thing. Oh, Ricardo. And
Well, if you flew to the planet Corinth, you'll have to find out.
hey, look, it sounded good.
it did. It did. It sounded very impressive. And also beaming him to join us from parts unknown, Mr. Chuck Tomasi.
Hey, where's my
Your voice-
coffee?
Honey, your voice always gets you way before you beam in. It's really strange.
Where's
should-
the coffee?
I should do all the initial comments more like I'm in a remote room.
Yes. Just open that door and walk in here. No, I can't. I got to beam in.
High pass filter.
Does this thing make my butt look big?
Well, how have you gentlemen been since last we talked?
Very good, very good. Thank you.
Yeah, been great.
Excellent.
How about
excellent.
you? Wait a minute.
Oh, pretty. What?
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
waiting
how
for
about you? Yeah, that's what I meant. Well,
I've been doing good. Just wrapped up my dog days of podcasting / dog days of pumpkin spice season.
yeah.
So ready to move on to the next project, which should be coming out in a few weeks. It's another thing that's a little different than a normal episode. If I get that out first, if not, it'll be coming up pretty soon. I know.
If you mean in a few weeks, like in April?
No.
Okay. Earlier.
Probably. I mean,
I
no.
picture this Kanban board in Clinton's house of all his projects, and everything's on that first column, like important to do now.
Yes.
Like the column's like this long.
Right. There's nothing in the second column for priority 2, priority 3. Do it later.
If Bonnie was in the room right now, she'd be saying, "This is what we were talking about last night, actually." So,
Yeah. Right.
what can you move off your plate? Everything's important on the plate. The plate has to stay the plate.
Here, Bonnie, you take this. No.
Clinton, we can't even see the plate. There's so much stuff on it.
Right.
Well, it's not that good of a plate, to be honest. It's used china, so you know.
I think somebody forgot to retire.
It's
I think so.
48 inches around. How can
It's a lazy Susan. Spin it fast. Have things fly off. I don't know. All right. Well, before we get started with the regular show, and we're going to be talking advanced spoiler alert that we're going to be talking about episodes 4 and 5.
Oh, wait. I should do the
okay.
spoiler alert lights.
Right.
See if I can get that.
Ooh.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, he's got lights now. Okay.
Just one
Spoiler alert.
class. All.
Okay.
Spoiler
All
alert.
right. So we'll be talking about episodes 4 and 5 of Star Trek Con. So if you have not had a chance to listen to that yet, I encourage you to go ahead and do so. It's free, so you don't have to pay for anything. You can get it I've listened on Spotify and also on YouTube. I'm sure it's on plenty of other places as well as those two things. But also, in addition to news, before we begin, Chuck, you wanted to speak for a few minutes about a local to you
Yes.
organization.
Yes, it's the UFP, the United Federation of Phoenix. They are
UFC, I thought they were going to be wrestling or something.
no.
Oh, okay.
They are the oldest, I guess you call them individual, private. They're not affiliated with Starfleet International. They've been around for 50 years. They just celebrated their 50th anniversary. So they've been doing this in 1975.
Which is pretty impressive. The Star Trek club that I was in that kind of disbanded right around the time that Enterprise ended. We were founded in 1973. So, but
Well,
it's been gone for a while.
Enterprise made them disband.
Well, I think it was the fact that, we didn't have any new series coming in, and it just kind of reached a point where a lot of people weren't interested in Enterprise, so you were seeing a drop off at that point, and
Wow.
it just kind of wasn't enough people left to hold the club together at that point.
The
So,
Enterprise wasn't that bad.
There is a subtitle because, well, I've known about them for close to 10 years. We were
mhm,
at the former Phoenix Comic Con, now Fan Fusion. And for the 40th anniversary, they rolled out a custom built mock up of the TOS transporter console. And
nice.
I've
Oh,
got some pictures somewhere of me fooling around with that, wearing a red shirt. And
trying to fly it.
somebody gave me a business card and it sat on my audio mixer for the longest time. And then eventually so I've known about them, but I just never did anything. And then when they had their 50th, they were also on Larry Nemechek's The Trek Files. Dr.
Mhm.
Dave, who's a local professor here at ASU, Arizona State University, was on there. And I went, hey, I should finally get off my duff and check them out, especially because Donna was at the 50th anniversary party,
Yeah, her
not
her
in the
photo.
picture.
Yeah,
Her
I saw
her
the
her
picture.
photo's on the Facebook banner.
Yeah.
So, I can't be, outdone by my wife.
No, no kidding.
So I reached out to Dave and he said, "Hey, here's our schedule. You're welcome to come to a couple. And if you want to come to more, we ask that you join as a member for a
Yeah.
whole $15 a year."
Mhm.
They meet twice a month. About every third meeting is a virtual meeting. So anybody who's moved away or can't make it. So we went to the Halloween party on October 30, whatever that Saturday was. Might have been the first. I think it was the first. And easy enough, throw on a Star Trek uniform and go. He said, "You don't have to wear Star Trek."
Yeah.
Met Dr.
Should have
Dave.
gone as
Nice guy.
Farnsworth. Shave that head and go as.
We had about 16 people there. I'm not listening to you right now, Craig.
I know.
You're not
Apparently.
on topic.
Yeah.
There were about 16 people at a residential house. It was
Mhm. Yep.
not too bad. There was a kind of a chili cook-off thing. We had about 4 or 5 crock pots full of chili. I brought one and some other people brought others. They were rolling a constant video on TV that had some of the highlights. They had pictures going all the way back to 75. And then you go, oh, there's Dave about 30 years ago when he was a young man, and rolling right up to the current time. So they also had some promos, some little congratulations clips from various celebrities. So they reached out. They got Tim Russ and Nana Visitor. And I can't remember the actress name who plays Talin on Lower Decks.
Mhm.
Um, just probably about 15 or 20 of them just saying, "Hey, congratulations, live long and prosper." Some were recorded in the car on their phone, others were, over Zoom. So it was a really nice tribute and very, very nice people. But the biggest surprise I had all night is I turned around and here's this guy I recognize. There's like 6 million people here in Phoenix.
Mhm.
I knew obviously my wife was there.
Definitely. I knew
Our
my wife.
common
Good.
friend
Yeah.
Mercedes from the Star Trek cruise, we
Mhm.
knew
Okay.
was a member, so she showed up. In fact, she pulled right in front of us and parked and went in with us. And then there was Jim from church.
Ah.
Okay. Yeah,
What are you doing here?
exactly. He sings in the choir with
Ah,
my
my
wife.
secret's out. Ah.
He dressed up as Phantom of the Opera. But it was I was like, wow, Jim, didn't know we had this in common. So it was a lot of fun. There next Saturday they'll be hiking at South Mountain, and then there's a virtual meetup 2 weeks after that. So yeah, I'll most likely join them for the hike and invest my $15, even if I can't make every single meeting. It's a good group of people, and I plan to hang out with them. Good activity, and I'd mentioned we did a podcast, and I mentioned we had some celebrities on our show, and we go on the Star Trek cruise. Um, Maybe I'll sing them some Star Trek songs or something that I wrote. So we'll see what happens in the future.
And then
Oh.
they'll go, on second thought, maybe we don't really want this guy in the no.
Yeah, we did a vetting and no.
Yeah, it wasn't
You
good.
did.
It wasn't good.
You didn't even follow the rules of acquisition and negotiate the $15.
That's right.
Wow.
They took one look at me and said, "Where's the airlock?"
Yeah, right. Airlock.
All right. Well, with the congratulations to United Federation of Phoenix out
Yeah.
of the way, we are going to go on to our main mission, part 1, with an appropriate sound effect.
Let's see.
Hmm.
Warp drive. Oh, this is gonna take an hour.
We'll get there.
Who put unleaded in here? It's supposed to take
Okay.
5 tests.
0 to warp 1 in 3 days or less.
Yeah.
All right. So, Chuck, why don't you give us
Yes.
the lowdown on this episode? The little
So
fact.
the lowdown on this episode is episode 4 of Star Trek Con, Magical Thinking, written by Kirsten Beyer and David Mack, based on the story by Nicholas Meyer. I think we can copy and paste that every week.
Yep.
And directed by Fred Greenhalgh. Marla McIvers identifies an urgent threat to the colony. Khan grapples with leading his followers through the increasingly difficult times and startling revelation from Marla.
Ah,
Mhm.
that was a startling revelation. Ah.
I got something in my ear, Khan.
Yeah. Oh, it's on my leg. Get it off.
So, a lot happens in this episode. When I went
Mhm.
going through a second time, taking some notes, I went, oh, and this happens, and that happens, and this other thing happens in this episode. We got a lot to talk about here. I think one of the first things is it happens really right at the top of the episode. You get this feeling that, Khan is starting to feel the weight of this decision to, let's go to this planet. It'll be fun, they said. You can start your own empire, he said.
Right.
I might die, they said.
Yeah. And now he's having to deal with people dying, him having to, take care of some business himself and trying
Mhm.
to keep secrets from people. And it just seems like he's starting to, those first cracks, I think, are beginning to show in Khan at
right.
this point.
Yeah. Because these things kind of ate in the last episodes. No, I didn't talk. I wasn't on the last
Mhm.
episode of our show, but the last little bit, he seemed like he was trying to be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm okay. I'm one of you guys.
Well, he
Right,
does
well, that-
refer to everybody as, my brothers or brothers and
Yeah.
sisters. He
Mhm.
considers them his family. In fact, almost as a parental role more than anything.
Right.
Right. So we get into the nitty gritty. This episode is a lot about the SETI eels. We learn information that a lot of it we knew, some of it we didn't know. But Ursula is performing an autopsy on Richter, and I put the note here: Ursula performs an autopsy on Richter. Marla is still getting the cold shoulder because she's in their times and they don't really want to talk to her. They just want some information from her and then you can leave. You don't need to know anything about what's
Yeah.
going on here. You don't need to know anything about anything.
But she goes, says, fine. You want me to prove myself? I'll prove myself.
Right. So we do find out that the larvae grow to about 3.5 inches.
Yeah, 9 centimeters, I think is what she said.
Yeah,
When she was hauling that one out of Richter with pincer hooks around his
cerebral cortex.
brainstem. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it emits a low-level toxin, which makes them susceptible. Now, we talked before about in the movie they talk about suggestion, but they also say here hallucinations as well.
Yeah.
I didn't recall seeing anything in Star Trek 2 that indicated they were that Terrell or Chekhov are having hallucinations. Just the
Well,
susceptibility.
That would have been fun.
you know what? I thought about that briefly, and
Mhm.
I thought that that was Marla and, I'm sorry, the other person's name, uh,
Ursula?
Ursula. It was their observation, and maybe he wasn't aware of the hallucination part, but knew about the suggestion part. So
Mhm.
maybe he just wasn't fully versed in all that, or maybe he didn't
But we
care.
didn't see any evidence of that in Star Trek 2.
Yeah.
Well,
That
I'm
would have
wondering.
been fun, man. Check off. Look at my hand, man.
Yeah.
Ah, man,
Oh, the colors.
it's groovy.
Yeah, it's groovy.
Yeah, because Marla is brought in by um to show the drawing she did of the eel and said, well, I it was kind of dark and this is the best that I had to go with, and I guess you need more samples. So that's when she says, fine, I'm going to prove my worth to the group. I'm going to go out and get some samples.
But it's dark.
Well, and she says, we usually see them in the dark, so that's the best time to get them.
Just go roll around on the ground and
Yeah, really,
you'll find a fun couple.
just put your ear to the ground, and that's the best way to do it.
You
Right.
have to walk in an irregular step. Oh, wait, wrong movie.
Yes, serpentine, serpentine. So they grab Ursula grabs Paulo's scanner and they use that, which apparently is showing like every piece of flora and fauna and beast and insect. And whoa, let's fine tune this
Dial it
thing a
in.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do find a whole bunch of them underground,
About
and
3 meters down, about 10 feet underground, and they sure come up quick, or that one did anyway.
right. And so how are they going to catch this thing? Well,
They
Marla
zap it
pulls
with
out
a
a phaser,
phaser. She goes, "What the heck is that?"
and
Yeah.
that I thought for a second as well. It's like, did everybody not get the briefing after Khan was trying to take over the ship about what a phaser looks like and what it does?
I think they should have seen them. Didn't certainly they had their phasers out at some
Well,
point.
yeah, some people had them. So I guess not everyone got the memo about what that thing was.
Maybe they were still on the Botany Bay at that point. No, wait,
Ah.
they cut that loose.
Who issued Marla a phaser?
She stole it.
But
Yeah.
it was on stun. It was
It
on
was on
stun.
stun, so they get themselves an eel. Sounded like right at the last second because apparently they jump up and lick your ear, or
Well, they make the way to they enter through the ear, but I think we talked about the last time around that Sylvana had one on her leg, and it probably is just gonna it's just working its
make
way
its
up
way.
until it gets to where the ear
Well, I
is.
did mention that they were the until they got into the ear, they didn't grow. I mean, they
Right.
grew fast when they got there.
Wouldn't
So maybe it could have
wouldn't you
been
be
like,
deaf in one ear? I mean, there's not you have to burst through the eardrum or something.
oh, if something was in my ear, I'd have, you know, I've heard I've heard stories over the years of somebody waking up with a bug going in their ear and
Yeah.
driving them crazy. I can imagine that be like you would hear it you know, moving. I don't know. I think it'd be crazy. It'd drive me
Well,
nuts.
they can repair eardrums. It's the future. They can repair that eardrum, no
Yeah.
problem.
Oh wait, there was a bug in there. Oh, we repaired it. I didn't need to
Whoops.
look.
I should have got it out first, right?
Like a
Oopsie.
cartoon, it just lifts
Yeah,
up the
I didn't
eardrum
need
like
to
a
look.
flap.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
All right. So they find out. Let's see. I'm gonna. So while they're doing this investigation, Marla's having a conversation with Khan about trying to allow the community to grieve over all these deaths that have occurred, and he's not really feeling it.
No, because he feels that if you give them something to believe in, superstition and afterlife, whatever you want to call it, he's the authority. He's what they should be believing in and nothing else. He's the supreme Khan, and it's my way or the highway kind of thing. And that's not what she's saying. She's saying you have to let them grieve. They are human beings, or at least you have to acknowledge that these people died for a cause and won't be forgotten.
And he said,
So,
they won't be forgotten. I have them in my mind. They're
all
not forgotten.
200 of the people that died in battle with me. Like,
Mhm.
that's lovely for you.
Even before you were born.
So it's he does invite her to the campfire, and they're around the campfire, and he stands up and I wouldn't call it a rousing speech, but at least he says, I grieve with thee.
Mhm.
Uh, and as do I, as do I, as do I. So he at least acknowledges that he can be, I wouldn't call it sensitive, but appropriate in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that he's not necessarily not open to her suggestions, and he's at least listening to the
Yeah.
suggestion.
Later he says, "Hey, that's not a bad idea. I was wrong. Be still, my heart.
Yeah.
The great Khan was
Yeah.
wrong. I'm writing it on the calendar."
Well, well,
Dear
see,
diary.
yeah. I mean, he's been known to so far to kind of, okay, maybe you're all right, kind of thing. Yeah, we've had
He
that.
listens to her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not as shut off as, I have spoken. This is the way, or whatever.
This is the way.
So we find out that they need to come up with a defense plan for how to deal with the eels, and Marlowe suggests using diatomaceous earth, which I was familiar with already. It's very ground up, fossilized diatoms, and it acts like shards of glass.
They did a good job of
Yeah.
explaining them. I'm glad they did. I didn't quite catch it the first time around, but in the second listening, I went, "All right, that was good." They said, it's ineffective when it's wet, but we could line the walls of our new structures with this, and it'll
Mhm.
basically shred their exoskeletons. So they can't build up an immunity. It's a physical
Right.
barrier.
Right.
Right.
So it's used a lot in gardens for the exact same type of thing.
Slugs?
Yeah, all
Slugs don't have
bugs do that.
exoskeletons.
Well, different bugs.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Hey, you hadn't seen Clinton's garden.
yeah, really. It's
Yeah.
just, it's just
Yeah,
I just covered it in that
eel.
stuff, and that was it.
He's got a set of eels hanging out in there.
But I did get a kick out of the fact that, okay, she made the suggestion. He goes, he asked some questions. What is it? He goes, oh, then it should be done. Do we have any of it? Shouldn't you ask the guy question?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's available about 150 meters down. We got to start a mine.
Yeah. You got to go to the Dollar General and pick some up.
Oh, that's right. We don't have one.
Just wait. There'll be one in a minute.
Hold on. It's a Spirit Halloween coming next week. Don't worry about it. It's going to be here pretty soon. Yeah. So this is one of those things where I don't know if it in a book it will come across better, but we start to get this conversation really starts this whole string of conversations. They're all in plot driven exposition, fact oriented statement things that happen. And I feel like, can't somebody say something in just conversational about these things, or well, I'll look it up or something.
Yeah.
It just started to feel like the dialogue was starting to drown in. It wasn't techno babble because, like in this case, it was an actual thing that they
Just
were talking
detail.
about. But yeah, the detail, the cold detail of stuff that was going on, it was like, well, I don't want to be part of this party. It's no fun. They just kind of like stating facts back and forth to each other. I don't know. It started to, I think this was around the point to me, it started like the dialogue is feeling a bit stilted suddenly. It's it doesn't have the same oomph that it seemed to have before.
Hmm.
I don't know if you guys got that same impression or not, but
Not necessarily,
bit.
but when they were describing the eels, I was like, yeah, we've seen these before. But I know they
yeah,
got
we
to,
know what they are, but
but I know they need, as part of this story, they need to kind of explain it. But I was like, yeah, I've seen those. I know what they do. Hallucinate.
yeah,
Okay.
we all know what they do.
Yeah. I've seen it
We've
a
all
million
seen the
times.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
But Marla, after this, is accepted into the group. Yay! She's
Yay,
one of the
finally.
team.
Come roast marshmallows and make s'mores with us.
Hmm. Yes, so it shall be done. Do we have marshmallows? No, we don't. But we can make some from these common sea creatures over here. No, it's
Yeah.
uh, and so they eventually move in together. And I say
Hmm.
eventually, it's going to happen pretty quick because remember, it's only 6 months until the planet explodes.
There's a couple of kids.
So things have got to happen fast here.
Hmm.
Because things are, we get reminded at this point that hey, there's stuff going on board the Excelsior because Tuvok comes and visits Dr. Lear, and they have a conversation which is bizarre. This whole thing about being able to be found anywhere on the ship, she's making a big point about that.
Any evidence of the uh, something? I forgot what she was looking for something.
Well, she wants to get access to the scans that the Enterprise took
Oh,
Yeah.
right
right,
out the
right.
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
But she's like, I don't know whether she's trying to just have a conversation with Tuvok to kind of like, oh, and since we're best buds now, by the way, can you get me these secret, sealed documents?
Yeah.
And he goes, I can't, you'd have to get I'd have to get Captain Sulu to authorize that. And I think to which she goes, oh, she's probably thinking to herself, well, there go those chances. But he does say he'll consider,
Yep.
that this is something that
He was a reasonable man.
yeah. I
When
mean,
he didn't have a rapier in his hand.
no.
Now, if
I
I remember right,
Mhm.
I may be jumping ahead a little bit, but the eel that Marla brings back didn't have larvae on it.
No, that's a
It
bit later. No, that's later.
Oh,
That's
okay.
um I think we'll get to that in this episode. Hold on a second here. I'm gonna
Yeah, because
yes,
they
we will get to it.
Yep.
But it's not the one that she brings back. She brings back one they do some analysis and figure out some stuff about
Oh,
it.
gotcha.
But after
That was
that,
the big one.
right. So after that, we have Marla going to see Ursula, and it's confirmed that she is pregnant. Marla is pregnant.
What?
And yeah, huh?
Who's the
But
father?
Yeah.
yeah, well, they get interrupted because Ursula says, "I'm assuming that Khan is that," and then all of a sudden the door bursts open. It's like, well, yes, we all
Right
assume.
before the word father.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Paolo burst in, and he has been chasing after these eels
He's got
probably
the
all
big
night.
fat one.
Right. So he has a very large one. He dumps it down, and he's just like, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. And he goes, oh, hey, Marla. Hey, you feeling okay? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just, oh, okay. And he
You got a
goes
glow
off.
about you. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. But I like the way that this discovery kind of reeked of this is the way science works. The eel is making a lot of noise, so she crushes it and finds something in it.
Yeah. That's like, hey, you ever seen that video? Or it's kind of like a meme thing where the guy hits a spider with a broom and it turns into a bunch of little tiny spiders and he
Mhm.
starts running out and he gets on the space shuttle and leaves. That's what I was. Bam. Oh, what? There's more. I'm out.
So
So I
she
figured that
discovers
this must be a male. So
right.
there's
So
male and female.
right, and then she starts to going into the essentially if you studied ants, it's the same type of thing. The males are drones.
Yep.
They tend to stay in the nest with the queen.
And then
And
and Ivan goes, "Why wasn't I born an insect?" Well, because they
well,
generally tend to males die soon after.
yeah,
Right.
not
You
such a
don't
good
want to
thing.
be born an insect.
I
So
have
in
to
this
expect him to go, "Never mind."
Yeah, so in this case, you have the females that go out and search for food, but they also take the larva out and look for hosts for
Right.
the larva. So
Which
that
implies there's a queen somewhere.
right. And this is where I thought the logic broke down a little bit, even though she did put a little proviso on this, because she said if you kill the queen, the colony will likely collapse. And at least she said likely because there's no guarantee that a
Mhm.
colony only has one queen.
Right.
And
Or another female couldn't step up and be a queen. Yeah, couldn't
well,
termites do that?
yeah, I mean, ants can't do that because the colony doesn't have any way to make that happen because the females are not assigned that role, and so they can't
Hmm.
take over that role. But um, if you plan for it ahead of time, you can have another queen.
They were
So
clearly using 1990s environmental thinking. If it's hazardous, let's kill it. Not, it could be part of a larger ecosystem, and by crushing this predator or parasite or whatever it happens to be, you could be collapsing an entire ecosystem
Hit it
that
with
you're
your
not aware
boot.
of.
Hit it
well,
with your boot. Oh, snap. There's something
They
else
were
in
not
there.
considering the butterfly effect when they were out hunting for the queen.
but all had to happen was, all somebody had to say to Ivan is like, "There's something that can be killed. Oh, let's go. Let's get that to
Right.
happen."
If it bleeds, I'll kill it.
Yeah.
So after Marla tries to talk Khan out of going, they head off on their little adventure, and they find the giant mound where the nest is, and so they use a napalm
Flame.
flamethrower.
They had one of those. Where did that come from?
I
It
guess
was
that's one of the essential supplies. Enterprise said,
Dollar
"You might need one
General.
of these."
Hey, Marla brought it with the phaser.
Well, that's the thing is that so that happens, and all of a sudden, oh no, all the drones are going to come out. Everybody's going to come out. 30 seconds later, well, that's over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, she says, "Con, you can't do this." Why not? Well, you're about to be a dad.
Well,
Whoa.
yeah, but I mean, but
You're
they're
telling me now?
yeah, yeah, but when they're attacking the hive, he says, "Oh, don't use your guns, use your swords, and it's going to be look, they're all here, they're all coming now. Good work, everyone." So, what? And then for some reason, these people have been watching Alien far too much
Uh-huh.
because the queen who comes out is huge and the bullets are bouncing off her. I'm going, what are you talking about? Okay, a queen ant is like 2 times the size
Of a
of an
regular
ant.
one.
A queen, the queen, it
A
doesn't have
queen
to,
termite is much larger, but
it
still,
doesn't, it
I
so
popped out of one of Khan's followers out of the chest.
so Marla just comes along and
hungry.
zaps it with the phaser and says, "Can we go home now?"
Yeah, we're done.
And
And
then
Con figures out, you've been hiding a phaser on me?
shh, it's a secret. And Khan proposes to Marla, and they get married. And we
He-
find out that apparently Ivan actually has something other than loud music on his boombox because he played this nice instrumental piece.
Yeah,
It's like, where did that come from in his repertoire of
this
things?
is the other cassette tape I had to put in the boombox.
I guess so.
I thought after a few months, somebody would have carved a flute out of a tree branch or something.
Right?
This group has no creativity.
They're just playing the inner light again and again and again and again. All right, so it's time to vote on this one. What's the rating? We could do it on SETI eels, but again,
Again?
they're not gone. So how about napalm flamethrowers?
There we go.
Okay. Yeah.
All
Now
right.
you're talking.
All right. So Chuck, why don't you go first?
I'm going to give this one a 7.5. Like you said, it was a little thick on the facts, light on the dialogue, but it moved the story along. They packed a lot in. We did get some pivotal new information, like Marla is pregnant. There's a queen, which we didn't know much about the whole SETI eel backstory. So nice to get a little more info on that.
Backstory.
Yeah.
It's not a character. I'm really.
They have a story.
Yeah,
There's an ecosystem.
I guess so.
I'm
Okay.
gonna, it'd be fun to do on the on the cruises, have signs that say "Save the SETI eels."
What did we ever do to you? Come here, lend us an ear, and we'll tell you what we didn't do.
Have one like taped to your cheek.
Yeah. I have a little string that kind of like crawls up or something.
Oh, sorry, that's just like a black Twizzler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. What about you, Craig? We got 7.5 napalm flamethrowers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 7.5 too because it was a little thick on a lot of stuff. Especially the biology. I mean, all the stuff that not biology so much, but everything around the eels and all that. So I think it was a little thick. So I'm going 7.5 because I enjoyed it. I thought it was it moved things forward a little bit. At the same time, I was like I mentioned earlier, we know about these things, but it was something that needed to be explained to a degree.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And there are potentially people listening who didn't see Star Trek 2.
No, yeah,
You
exactly.
know, so
I get that. I'm just saying it's a lot.
okay. I'm gonna go a little lower because I'm a dialogue person and I just thought it was a little too stilted. So I'm gonna give it I think
Hmm.
there's also a bit of lapse in logic there as far as I was concerned in the colony. So I guess I'm gonna go 6.5
6.5.
napalm
Yeah.
flamethrows on that one, which is
Okay.
a bummer,
I like how we decide the numbers on game time here. We're like,
Well, I like that because we get a chance to, talk through it and
yeah.
something,
And
we hadn't considered. Maybe that's going to sway,
mhm.
go one way or the other.
This could almost be a flamethrower.
Whoa, turn that thing down.
I could use one of those. All right, it's time to come back from our first main mission with an appropriate sound effect. And now it's time for us to ask Charlie/Charlie X if it's okay to begin subspace chatter. We'll see who we get. Could be Charlie, could be Mirror Charlie. So, Charlie, are we all set to do subspace chatter?
Sure thing, friend. I love subspace chatter. Let's get going.
All right, way to go, Charlie.
I
So
love,
we
how he
got,
gets, I love how he gets enthusiastic there in the second line.
he
Oh, I
does.
love it.
He's so excitable. He's so unlike his twin
Counterpart.
brother
Yeah.
from the other universe.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe Craig, you have the first story.
All right. So Zachary Quinto recently ported his Spock ears for a Halloween episode of his show Brilliant Minds, and it has fans buzzing. His appearance has led to speculation that he would be a great choice to play Cybok. Cybok's emotional half brother, Spock's emotional half brother in Star Trek Strange New Worlds. It would be a chance for Quinto to explore a different side of the Vulcan character and could create an interesting dynamic in the show. I'm not sure if that would work for me. What about you guys?
Well, it'd be kind of weird, right? Because I mean, he's Spock. So for him to play the brother seems like it would be confusing. And I think it would be hard to see Cybok there when we've seen
Right.
Zachary with a beard.
Yeah.
So we know what he looks like with a beard. So no, that's Spock. That's not Cybok. What are we talking?
Well,
what are you talking about?
There's like a little part of me that goes, that would be cool. And the other part is like, I don't think that jives. I don't think I could see that. It would take away from the show, I think. But if you bring in Chris Pine,
Right.
hey, were you just on the Farragut or something? I think it would just take
I need
away.
you to play Sam.
Yes, that's right. See, you
with a
gotta wear a
mustache.
mustache though. So
Hey, with a fake mustache taped
Right.
on. No,
I can hardly tell it's Chris Pine.
I think
yes, I was fooled.
I think part of me, like I said, part of me would be like, oh, that'd be awesome. But another part is no, it would just take away from the show. And
Which is yeah,
wouldn't work.
which is sad because he's gonna have some time to think about doing that if he wanted to, because Chuck.
Yeah, Paramount is reportedly dropping the J.J. Abrams era Star Trek cast, including franchise stars Chris, Zach, and the rest.
And the rest.
Gilligan's Island all of a sudden.
As the studio seeks a completely new direction for the film series. This decision follows years of stalled efforts to continue the Kelvin trilogy and the mixed financial results of the previous three movies. The studio is now planning a clean reboot or a new timeline with an entirely new cast. I don't want a new
Not another
Not
timeline.
another timeline.
No. aiming for a modern blockbuster strategy focused on theatrical success and global appeal. This movie mirrors a wider trend across Hollywood to reset and rebuild major cinematic franchises. We've got several links for you over at thetopicstrek.com. Look for episode number 190.
Mhm.
The Kelvinverse collapses.
I still
So-
think that Beyond would have been
Mhm.
would have been accepted better if they marketed it well, because I think they dropped the ball.
Well, also, if they'd had a bit more time to fine tune some of the aspects of it, because remember, they were, Simon and his co-writer were brought in very, very late in the game to
Oh,
get this
yeah.
thing done. So they had to, just bang that script out really fast. I don't think it had many drafts even to it. So, yeah. And I cringe when I feel like even the actors who were in the Kelvinverse movies realize that Star Trek is not meant to be a blockbuster summer
Right.
action movie. And this idea that if that's what they're looking to have, we're just going to get more things that look like Star Wars and not like Star Trek.
Hey,
We're gonna-
there's times I like Star Trek for the action, but I also like Star Trek for the thought, and what's going on in the story. Probably a little more so a lot of times. So I don't want just a global, hey, we're gonna, I don't want a global action movie all the time for Star
Yeah.
Trek.
Do you think any of this had anything to do with the battle for Paramount Mountain?
I don't think so. I think that they probably were. I think it had to do with budget, because you would have to pay a lot more now to sign on all these people. And if you start with something new, hopefully not another timeline, but if you start with something new, you can get relative unknowns and your budget is a lot cheaper.
True.
So I think that's one of the reasons they're going this direction.
But
Plus,
Go ahead.
there's, uh, I read all this stuff because I gather up all the articles, and there's a lot of people that just have no use for the alternate timeline. They're thrilled that there's not another movie. I don't mind, but they're just like, oh, thank goodness.
I enjoyed the cast and the take on the
Yeah.
characters. I thought it was fun, and I would like to see one more outing where they promoted it properly and maybe got some attention to it.
And at one point at least, we know that the thought was to make the fourth movie the last movie by closing the loop, if you will,
Mhm.
that Chris meets his father and they do something and it kind of like seals back up the rift. Now, I don't know if that means the alternate timeline just vanishes or it's just seal. I don't know what that means, but
Hey,
so
it's more like this. Come on, Dad, and they grab hands and they jump through the Guardian together. at the
yeah.
end.
Look, it's
Hi,
Carl.
I'm
Carl's
Sean.
over there. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next thing, shall we? Yes, we shall. All right. If you're looking to stock up on new Star Trek merchandise for yourself or as a gift, there are lots of goodies out there, and I'm going to let you know about a few of them. Now, we previously talked about the Fan Home Starship reissues,
Mhm.
so we'll just mention, reminding you that the first two, the Cerritos and the Classic TOS Enterprise, are available for purchase now at fanhome.com at $95 each, plus $5 shipping and handling. Well, one of the reasons they're that much is because the reissues essentially these were, I don't know whether, this must have been Eagle Moss that the first time around did these, but
Yes.
so they were issued as part of the subscription process. And now these are probably a much more limited run of them to bring them back for people who wanted to buy them individually. So you're paying a premium for that in that regard. All right. And next thing up is Master Replicas is bringing back some classics too. Full-scale replicas of the TOS Type 2 phaser and the communicator. They both feature new screen-accurate sounds and working lights. The phaser even includes a removable Type 1 hand phaser, or
Nice.
razor if you've seen the bloopers. Pre-orders are open now at masterreplicas.com for much more reasonable here, $34.99 each, and expect them to ship in spring of 2026.
Likely story.
And I'm going to be back in a while with a couple more ideas, but let's turn things over to Craig for the next story.
I like
right.
the caption. It says just like the ones Bella Oxmix uses.
Mm-hmm.
Send down some of those fancy heaters.
Heaters. All right, so get ready for Star Trek Celebration. Star Trek Las Vegas, Trek to Vegas is gearing up for Star Trek's 60th anniversary from August 5th through August 9th in 2026 at the Rio Hotel in Las Vegas. Tickets and hotel rooms are already selling out. So if you want to be part of the 5-day event, you should book soon. And the guest list includes all the living original series stars like William Shatner, George Takei, and William Koenig, along with Koenig, yeah, and glorious Trexperts podcast team, who will host a 50 hours of unique content
In a row. They're not going to sleep. In a row. No, I don't know if that's
That's
true.
the whole weekend.
So I like how it says living original stars like William Shatner, George Takei, and Walt. No, those are the not like them. That is them.
They're like cardboard cutouts. It's like them.
Not them, but an incredible simulation. That's not William Shatner. That's Chris Pine with a mustache. Never mind. Never mind.
Some of those Tesla robots with the face cardboard on it.
Oh my goodness.
Sounds good though. I think there's going to be a lot of fun for the 60th anniversary. I think next year.
Oh yeah. You got more toys for us, Clint?
I got more stuff for you. So you can track every day during Star Trek's 60th anniversary year with a 2026 Trek calendar. Choices in wall calendar format include the 2026 edition of the ever popular Ships of the Line calendar, featuring beautiful full-color illustrations of the Defiant, Voyager, Protostar, Cerritos, the Enterprise J, and more. Plus, calendars dedicated to the original series, Strange New Worlds, and yes, once again, in 2026, Star Trek Cats.
I had that calendar a couple years ago.
Why? Just why? Meanwhile, with the Star Trek desk calendar, you can check out a new full color image every day in 2026. And I like how the burst in the front says over 300, images. Yes, because there's more than 300 days in the year. Anyway.
Right.
So you can look at them all and feel a bit sad every time you come across an image featuring Lower Decks or Prodigy or the Kelvin timeline. I'm sorry, where was I? Oh, right. All calendars are available now for between $15 and $18 US. And they can be found at most major bookstores, if you can find a major bookstore, as well as online from Amazon, Walmart, and even, shock of shocks, calendars.com.
Whoa. I did see a bookstore the other day.
Yeah, we actually have a Borders near us. They moved out of the big building into a smaller building, but we still have a Borders.
Nice.
You know who needs the cat calendar?
Whom?
Morass?
Anna?
I think they should. Oh,
they
missed an opportunity.
Yeah, baby.
They should have drawn that in, like in the cartoon. Have the cat calendar on one of their walls,
right?
Alrighty. So, what do you got next for us there, Chuck?
Product placement for a cat calendar.
It's important. It's important.
We would have sold so many more if we'd had them on TV. All right. Director Fred Greenhog discusses his work on the new audio drama Star Trek Khan, which fills the critical narrative gap between the classic episode Space Seed and the film The Wrath of Khan. The series explores how Khan Noonien Singh, voiced by Naveen Andrews, devolves from a capable leader into a maniac obsessed with revenge following the disaster. Oh, wait. Spoiler alerts.
Oh, my.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. About
He's a maniac.
Where was I? Greenlaw focused on immersive sound design and the need for nuanced character arc ensuring listeners feel empathy for Khan before he fully embraces his villainous side. The audio drama also features legacy cast members George Takei and Tim Russ reprising their roles as Captain Sulu and Tuvok,
Oh,
respectively.
my.
When is this coming out?
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that.
We're just making it up as we go. We think it would be a good idea for a story.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
All right. And I have no idea about this next story either. even though
No, the articles go into a lot of the things about what he was studying and how he did this. And there were some really good quotes in there. I should have included a couple of in this article, but follow the links at our show notes if you want to go in deeper. We really are enjoying the show, and the production quality is top notch. I mean,
yeah.
I heard they have done such a great job. They have Apple ads on their show. Like,
Oh, yeah.
wow. Okay, so someone's getting paid.
You know,
What I find weird is I find weird that the actress who does Marla MacGyver does a lot of the cold read ads. It's like is this part of the show? Oh no, this is an ad. Okay.
I know.
There was one show,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, what? Oh.
The guy who wasn't quite ready to drive an EV. So I'm skipping the ads, going 30 seconds through, and I hear this guy in a panic. I don't think I'm ready for this. I think it's part of the show.
I know. I was doing the same thing. It's like I'm listening. I'm like, soap. You know, I'm like, oh, they're just an ad.
Pants? What about with pants? I don't get this.
There's no transitions. It's like
Well, that's one thing that I would love is just some sort of sound stinger to let you know we're going to commercial break and we're coming back.
yeah,
Well,
like a warp.
they do have this. They do have the stinger, but the thing is that they also use it just for transitions within the chapter that don't go to a commercial, so that
Right,
makes it
yeah.
confusing.
Yeah.
Next time. Oh wait,
All right.
there is no story after this.
Con 2, the wrath of whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Cybox summer vacation. It's for that critical period between.
Yakin, we hardly knew ye. Okay. Craig,
All right.
get us out of this.
All right. So on the website Hackaday, they were showing that at SuperCon 2025. I'm not familiar with SuperCon myself, but this guy, the badge that you get at the con. Anyway, got a cool retro upgrade thanks to Thomas Flummer. He designed a 3D printed a case that turns the badge into a classic Star Trek communicator, complete with a flip up antenna and a leather like texture, kind of like you'd see in the TOS communicators. It's a fun nod to the original series and a great example of a great creative spirit at SuperCon. And you can go to it and you can see it looks like almost like a flip phone, you know, like when the keyboards would slide out, you know, the older ones that would slide out.
Holds up to 12 addresses and phone numbers.
Scroll.
But it did a pretty good job doing it, but it's got a full keyboard on it and all that kind of stuff. So you can go read the more details on it. I thought about printing this out for myself, and pretty cool.
Well, did you notice my caption at the top of that slide?
Yes, the hinge is on the long axis rather than the short axis.
So that might have been a restriction of some other necessity that it had to be set up. Well, no, I think, just functionally about like what you're using the badge for, it might be impractical to have it at the top.
We had to fit the Raspberry Pi in there somehow.
Yes, well, indeed.
We went long ways. But I thought it looks cool. It does look cool.
Yeah. And finally, the one I knew a lot of you have been waiting for.
Really? What?
Yes, revealed the first 2 Lego Icon Star Trek kits. As anticipated, the main release will be the USS Enterprise D, which will be available for purchase starting on November 28th, otherwise known as Black Friday. So have fun with that. Assembled, the ship will be almost 2 feet long and will have a detachable saucer section. They didn't say in here whether or not the captain's yacht can detach, and then I thought, it's a Lego. Of course it can detach. It may not look like the captain's yacht when it's detached, but it can detach.
Break it apart.
The way that they've got this pictured, it looks like the D, but it looks like it was made out of spare plates riveted together.
Actually, I was thinking it looked like the Cerritos when they took the hull off.
Yeah, really. It's all that and more.
It's made out of old Civil War ironclads or something.
Well, from above, the saucer will appear almost perfectly circular. And yeah, you have so the pieces that Chuck and Craig are referring to are they're slanted pieces that come out from the center, and so gradually gives the slight canonical cone shape to the hull. So that's why it's a little slanted down and slanted up, and it ends up looking like that. But the circular part on along the edge has window openings in it, and it's much more round than you would think a Legos kit would necessarily have.
Right. Yeah.
A display stand featuring the ship's nameplate will be included, along with 9 minifigs featuring the main cast, including Captain Picard with a cup of tea, Commander Riker with a trombone, Lieutenant Commander Data with Spot. We have all of them pictured here. The one I thought was interesting is Wesley, I believe, has that anti-grav
Yeah.
that he created.
Yeah.
Or a Dyson vacuum cleaner. I'm not sure.
Both.
The trombone looks more like a megaphone.
Yeah.
To start a riot act or something.
But wait, there's more.
Oh.
Yes. The second kit will feature a Type 15 shuttle pod from the Enterprise D. The leaked image identifies the name of the shuttle as the Onizuka, which was one of the shuttle pods on the Enterprise D that was named after, I think it's Ellison Onizuka, who was I think on the Challenger.
Okay.
This kit will have 61 pieces and will also include a minifig of Ensign Rolaren. This kit will reportedly be given away exclusively with purchase of the Enterprise D kit if you make your purchase between November 28th and December 1st. So you got to make your decision up front, because the Enterprise kit will contain 3,600 pieces and be priced at, drumroll please, $399.99.
That's it?
Now, I didn't get a chance to go look and see what the other kits of that size.
Yeah.
Not what they're going for now. That's different. What they were going for when they were, came out for retail. Both kits will be part of the Lego Icon series, which is aimed at adolescents and adults. Lego Icon kits feature complex building techniques and sets that are considered a challenge to both the target audience and the Lego designers.
Hey, I did see, I don't know if they decided to put the ad out, but it was like a little, not an ad. It was more like an unveiling at the Lego company. They were like, had a curtain and they kind of dropped it, and you can hear the people saying, "Oh, I had trouble." One lady was saying, you could hear her in this thing making the deflector dish look like it was glowing with the pieces, and they actually separated the saucer section. I was like, that actually is a pretty cool little kit. I say little, but it's
almost
$400 for the kit. But it looked really cool seeing it rather than the static pictures that we showed here. I'll see if I can try and link that in the show notes when we post it. But
they also released today, I don't think it was just on Instagram, but I saw it on Instagram, a little Lego movie that recreated the title sequence for The Next Generation, but they had all the characters, the minifigs popping in for their names, and then it goes to a little scene with the Enterprise going through space, and Wesley is like messing up, and Picard is like, rah, 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 Wesley. And
Wesley hits the emergency brake, and the ship stops, and all the minifigs go to one side of the bridge.
Those inertia dampeners are not working.
I know. Right. So that's what I was talking about. But there was also another video where the guy there's like a little not a brick, but it's like a little peg. You pull up, and the sausage section will just slides off. You can
Mhm.
slide it back on and push the peg back on, so it doesn't like just fall off from there. But it was actually a good size model. Probably as big as the Death Star one. I think that's probably the
Uh,
bigger one.
I think that's well, well, I get the impression that that's bigger, but I can't say for sure. And I don't know how many pieces that one has. That's the type of thing I was thinking. What is this comparable to when you're looking at cost? How does because they're not all priced the same. And I don't mean, well, yeah, the tiny kits aren't the same. No, I mean like big kits don't always necessarily have the same pricing structure as each
Oh,
other.
all right. So the
So
Death Star one is $1,000, and it
when
has
it was
9,000 pieces.
now, is that when it was retail? Is that what it's available for now?
That's on Lego's website.
Okay.
It says available now.
Okay. And how many
Nine
how many
ninety nine ninety nine.
how many pieces?
9,023.
Right. So that's 3 times as many pieces and about 3 times the price. So,
Hey,
okay.
good news for us. It's 18 years plus. That's ages.
It's
we're
what's up here that counts, and
we're
that's
safe.
not all righty. Well, they say, 14 and over. Well, I can't, and over or over. I mean, can I have to
Yeah.
do all those things at once? Before we finish up with this section, apparently I've got filled in here some information from Velcro, Alberta, Canada that
Oh, okay.
is more of a public service announcement, if you will. Election results are Lori Lichtman has been elected as the new Division 4 counselor for Vulcan County in the recent municipal election. So congratulations, Lori.
Yeah.
There's going to be a road closure. The CP Railway crossing at 2nd Street South was scheduled for a temporary closure on November 4th and 5th for maintenance work. I hope that went well. Upcoming meetings, the next regular council meeting for the town of Vulcan is scheduled for November 10th. So that's coming up. You might want to make sure you've got all your petition stuff ready to go to submit there.
Yeah.
And office closure. The town office will be closed on November 11th for
Oh,
Remembrance Day.
good thing we weren't trying to visit on November 11th.
So remember that it's closed on Remembrance Day.
But we're going to be there for the town hall meeting.
Okay, so that'll be good enough. I didn't put we have 116 additional stories that we didn't get a chance to cover on the show. So if you want to go over to the show notes for this episode, which is the Kelvinverse collapse, you can find them over at thetopicistrek.com. And believe me, we got a lot of different things in here. It's interesting though that now that the dust has settled a bit about the news about Starfleet Academy, and we're not going to have everything new until next month when it when it gets close to the premiere. That the majority of articles default back to, I think, the ones that get the most clicks, which are Star Trek TOS and Star Trek TNG.
Mm-hmm.
That tends to be where, if things slow down, that's where they throw the attention to articles.
I think that's a little bit intentional, honestly. I think
they do because that's the most popular stuff that's going to get a click.
Well, that and they throw a lot of Academy stuff at us, like the last month or so, and then they stop because I don't think they want you to get overwhelmed with it and get tired of it.
No. If they're getting clicks, my goodness, they would take, like the one crazy thing you probably missed in the trailer for, what I've seen a bunch that are the one question that Starfleet Academy must answer. And it's just like, and here's the other one question it must answer. And here's the other one question it must answer. And they'll say, and aside from the one about, Cisco, this is, and it's like, okay, this is just now filler at this point.
Right.
So,
okay.
But, even at that is not as prominent. So really when the dust settles and you don't have much going on, you default back to articles about TOS or TNG.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I just had it earlier when we were talking about Chuck said we'll be at the regular council meeting in Vulcan, Alberta, Canada. I thought of the three of us sitting there with our Topic is Trek t-shirts watching the proceeds.
Can I object? No, it's not that kind of, no.
You're not even a citizen of this country.
I got something to say. The main mission of this
Sit down, sir. Sit down.
All
Com
right.
channel's open.
Alrighty. Well, with all that said, it's time to close up Subspace Chatter. And so I have to say goodbye to Charlie. And it's always a mixed bag when we have good Charlie here to have to say goodbye, but we do. So goodbye, Charlie.
Thanks for having me along. It was fun. But now my Phasian step-parents are calling, so I gotta go! Go!
Season.
What would happen if you got good Charlie on the way in and bad Charlie on the way out? Or this Charlie?
I won't do it again. Please, I'll be good. I won't ever do it again.
It's careful. It's like saying Beetlejuice. He's just going to come back all of a sudden.
Yeah.
You don't want
Hey, don't
that.
say his name 3 times. We already have.
Oh, no. All right. So it's time to head out on our main mission, part 2, or deux, with an
Deux.
appropriate sound effect. No, short and to the point. Great. All right. So, Craig, why don't you give us the lowdown on this one?
All right. So continuing on with Star Trek Con, episode 5, Imagination's Limits, written by Kirsten Beyer and David Mack, based on a story from Nicholas Meyer, directed by Fred Greenlock. That's the way it's pronounced.
I put it in there phonetically. Greenhalgh. It's
Oh,
right there. It's been there all the time.
I don't think it's phonetically. but- all right.
Need more in there.
It's not Klingon.
I was gonna say, is that Klingon or
Could
German?
be. Could be.
Yeah. All right. So the synopsis is Khan and his people prepare for inescapable global calamity
It's a calamity.
and learn that they are no longer alone on this world. Are these mysterious new arrivals enemies or possible allies?
Calamity is they ran out of quarters at the laundromat.
Calamity.
The second calamity is that they have a
a
laundromat.
minute.
All right.
Wait a minute. Who uses the word calamity nowadays anyway?
Whoever wrote that.
No, I'm not saying anything. Just saying.
What LLM did we pick for this?
No, that's the official one. That's the official line for that.
Calamity.
Calamity Jane wrote that one. Just want to get her name in there. All right. Ask your parents, kids. Ask your grandparents. Ask your great grandparents, kids. Anyway, let's
Ask Siri.
let's move on. So this episode begins because now, last time we had Dr. Lear talking to Tuvok saying, hey, do you think you could maybe talk to your captain and say, I want, give me the, and she gets called to Captain Sulu's quarters. and-
Summoned.
Come
She's been
in.
Summoned.
Yeah. And it's not like they get right to the point. They have a lot of chit chat before they get to the point here. Sulu really seems to feel like either this is a waste of time or this is just a straight up slight against Captain Kirk or something, because and it's weird because he's the one who authorized her to be on this mission to begin with,
Mhm.
way back at the beginning. And now he's going like, well, you're clearly
Look, lady.
this is a thing, and the thing. And he says, I got you your records here. And they were done by Spock. And
Spock. The Spock? Do
The
you
thing
know of
himself.
another one?
well, I know the one that looks like Cybok. Never mind. Stop that. And so she says, well, I'll give them a look-see. You think maybe he made a mistake? It's like, wow, you're just endearing yourself left and right here. So they're talking about the concepts about what happened. And now I feel like we're starting to tread ground that we've treaded before,
Mhm.
because, she wants to find out what turned Khan into this monster, because clearly he's different even from when he was on the Enterprise previously. And they have this conversation back and forth where she says, monsters are made, not born. I'd like to better know the recipe. And Sulu says the crucial ingredient is pain. Pain that is not processed is passed on. And it is pain that creates monsters. So
Wait a minute. So was Khan that lovable kind of guy that we know when he was on Earth and conquering Earth?
Yeah, she seems to be of the opinion that history is always told by the victors, and
Mhm.
therefore, if you have something that appears to be so black and white, it's not black and white. There's something else that's happened in here. And
You
what
could
is
say
that?
that. Yeah, I always say that about a lot of things in history. So yeah, okay, I'm down with that.
So I think that's, initially that's why I thought that Sulu had her, okay, the mission is he's happy to have her, he would escort her to the planet. And then once they got there, it's been nothing but wow and blah, blah, blah. I mean, Tuvok, I mean, with the thing with the,
I didn't realize you're going to be so, so
so much doing stuff and things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Headlines and
thorough. Ugh.
So yeah, throwing all that stuff. So curse you throwing this. But she has the records, so she's going to go off to check them over because she's she looks like she's hoping to find that when they did this survey that there was something wrong with SETI Alpha 6 that either they missed
nope,
or they intentionally didn't pass along.
nope.
So yeah, I was going to say you do remember who made the survey, right? Just pointing that out to you.
Well, she did point out. She said when the Reliant came along later, did they forget how to count to 6?
And they never answer the question, which is
Nope.
a question everybody has about that. It's like, well, the best you can say is that, okay, you can convince me that the records weren't complete enough, that they didn't have a good enough idea on the orbit, and the orbit was, even before this, we knew the orbit was probably changed somewhat
Yeah.
as a result. Fine. Okay. So there's a planet that's, well, it's not quite, but but yeah, it's like you're scanning the planets in the system. You go, how can it be 6 when there's there's not 5 before it?
Right. There has to be that might have worked if they had blown up SETI Alpha 4,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you can't mistake 5 for 6. Anyway, so people rehash that over the years enough times.
So yeah, but I thought it's like, oh, we're gonna get an answer. Nope, they just raise the question once again and don't answer it.
And waving.
Yeah.
So we leave that and we head back
Magic.
down to the planet. And I was surprised by this because we get the impression that Khan only makes recordings later on, because the recordings we've heard, I think so far, are post explosion of SETI Alpha 6. And this is before that. And he's having what appears to be his first recording session where he's not taking the whole thing seriously in front of the microphone. It's like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to
Much
talk
like
about.
us, much like us here.
Much like us here. So there's a bit of Khan in all of us, I guess is what I'm saying.
I am gone. I love the reverb.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the plane. No, what I'm saying is that we don't get a chance to find out much because in true soap opera form, as he starts to do that, suddenly Paolo comes rushing. No, Paolo doesn't come rushing in. He contacts him on the radio and says, you've got to come out. You've got to come out. You got to come out here now. Okay, well, I'm sure Khan goes, I'm assuming there's a real good reason why you're telling me I have to come out there. And there is a good reason, because what a surprise. What we knew was going to happen happened. SETI Alpha 6 explodes. Then comes the part we didn't see coming. And we don't mean just a giant piece of SETI Alpha 5.
A ship is crashing.
Yeah.
Yes, it's coming in hot and it's coming in low and it's coming right over the camp.
close. Everybody duck.
It misses the camp, and we get to find out that Khan is really good at estimating, because he says, oh, that landed like 15 kilometers
Yeah,
away.
it was 15 kilometers away.
There's 1 or 2 aliens on that ship.
And they get into this
The names
discussion
were Crisp and
about the
Quake.
shockwave. The shockwave knocked down all the, Ivan says something about the trees are all knocked down. Yes, you can tell the shockwave knocked them down in a radial pattern. I-
Well, see,
Wait,
that's more that. Well,
that would have been
they,
Tunguska event where it exploded above the atmosphere.
right, but we don't. He doesn't make that comment until they actually get there. He doesn't. He doesn't. He is not that good that he knows that
Well,
before.
yeah, that's true.
I
But
climbed a tree and saw it myself.
that's right. I had a lot of carotene today, so of course they have to go investigate because there's a giant, a flame, fireball that goes up from this thing, and what the heck? And clearly, it was not some sort of asteroid. And they're all set to take off. It's going to be Khan, of course, and Ivan and Ursula, and then Marla makes the argument for going along on this. That if these are aliens, this is the first contact situation.
And you guys don't even know what you're looking for or
Right.
looking at in many cases. And she's Starfleet. She's maybe not had a lot of experience with this, but knows the protocol for first contact.
Right. So he goes, okay, fine, but bring the phaser with you.
You shake
Yeah.
hands, you drink alcohol, you play jukebox playing Ooby Dooby. That's first
Yeah.
contact.
Yeah, this time the phaser is important. Bring it.
Yes, that's right. I'm glad you brought it and have it with you.
Yeah.
But there's this big discussion of they could be enemies. They could be, and again, immediately jumping to conquer, destroy. They haven't even met these beings yet,
Well,
and it's all about get off my front lawn.
yeah, this is the point we're going to get beat over the head with in this episode. I feel like we had the conversation too many times with Khan, but yeah, so she's already had the conversation with him before they leave the camp. And on the way there, they're having another conversation about it. And where Marla is explaining why this has to be a ship that has faster than light propulsion, and explains why, because if it wasn't, it would take so long to get there. The Enterprise would have seen it when
Yeah.
they were dropping you off.
Mhm.
It's just, it would take forever for them to get there. And then she's saying we might need their help, and saying, well, why do we need their help? Well, because this planet is going to become pretty much a wasteland real soon. And it kind of is like, that's nice, but our thing is survival, and he views these as enemies, and he's just so he as much as we talked in the last episode of he's willing to listen, I feel like when he's in this mode, he's not really listening.
And that's the way he was in the movie. I would say that was true to his character.
Right. That's when, when he's set on going after Kirk, and Joachim is saying, you don't need to defeat him again. Yours is superior intellect. And he just like goes off, and he says, we can't go into that cloud. Our defenses will be useless. And he goes, he presses forward and goes in. So yeah, once he's in that frame of mind, it's kind of hard to have a conversation with him about it.
Mm-hmm.
So they do reach the crash site, and that's when we see all the trees are leveled. Now, they can be leveled in the immediate area. How far they are leveled was not, but I don't think, did he say how much of
No,
the tree level?
there wasn't much of a rate.
He didn't estimate
said-
that good.
Yes, that's it. 215 feet.
6 inches.
Yes. So they are trying to figure out what to do. Okay, great. There's definitely a ship. They see some aliens, and they're described as being
In shock.
yeah,
They had like silver hair and
right. And they flesh like pearls and hair that's metallic silver. And they're not talking. They see no signs of weapons. Some of the ship is still on fire, so clearly the pieces of the ship are all over the place.
And they're not screaming.
So Ivan says, well, they're in shock. And then we have another conversation where Marla says, well, maybe we should help them.
Maybe
And
they're telepathic.
yeah, and he says, well, they outnumber us 2-1. And Ivan says we should strike now before they get a chance to regroup. And Ursula says, I hate to agree with Ivan, but yeah, we should just all get together and kill him. And Marla's just like, What if they have communications equipment or something like that? And then
Yeah.
Khan comes back with, well, who are we going to contact? Well, Starfleet. Oh, they left us here. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. How
So-
about Kirk? Here we go
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, it's all about Kirk, all with you and the Kirk thing going on again. You guys got something happening. So it's just really hard to get through to him. And he makes the great decision. Nothing particular comes of it this time, but like, Ivan, you stay here, just observe, and we'll go get reinforcements. Because as we know, the previous times we've seen Ivan involved in one of these situations, he likes to stand around and wait for things to happen.
Right.
No,
He's a
he likes,
lollygagger.
yeah, he likes to just rush in and shoot first and shoot second and ask questions later. So they're headed back to camp. And then I have what I feel is another filler scene that comes up at this point. And that's a conversation between Joachim and Paolo. Because
Yeah.
Joachim says, "Oh, I have a council meeting. I think we're going to war with these aliens that have landed."
Never mind about that. The planet's being destroyed.
And we get a reiteration of the same thing we've already heard in the episode. Okay, so because the planet and things going to lay waste to the planet and this is going to happen. And so don't worry about killing the aliens because the planet's going to take care of that itself.
Right.
Unless if we're not careful. And that's the real enemy that we need to be fighting. Okay, so now we go to the council meeting. We're ready for another round of this at this point, right? Because we've got their out, Khan outlines his plan of attack, which is just like, we're gonna have a council meeting, and now here's what we're gonna do. What's the council part of the council meeting? I guess
They had to debate whether they were going to them or they were going to stay in their fortress and hide.
Well, that I think is like something that's getting thrown in there, because those are like Khan has already outlaid. Here is the plan of what we're going to do, and Ivan's saying, okay, there's like 289 of them. Well, that's like 4 times the amount of people we've got, and and Marlo's going, yeah, maybe they're telepaths, and maybe they can fight without weapons, and Marlo is saying, well, maybe they should come to us so we don't reveal our numbers. No, we must kill now. And Ivan is like, oh, march to war. And so they're gonna go with it. And so their plan is that they don't have a lot of people, but since they're in this round area, sort of, that they're going to divide into squads of 3 to surround them and make it look like there's more of them that way, because there's a bunch coming from every direction.
Mm-hmm.
However, they don't have a lot of weapons left. They have enough weapons, so every group of 3 gets 1 automatic weapon. And I think Ivan used all the rest of the ammunition probably by this point. That's why they don't have anything else. So everyone else will use swords and maces. And I'm going, wait a minute, did the Enterprise give you maces? Where did maces come from?
I'm surprised Kirk didn't give him like, here's some sulfur and here's some.
Yeah, that's right. Here's some diamonds. And here's
Peter. We're straight on Gorns.
Yeah, here's some bamboo. You can make a rifle out of this.
He tasks me with solving this MacGyver problem. MacGyver's? No, MacGyver. Never mind.
MacGyver. I married the right woman. She's a descendant.
Right.
Chewing gum, paperclip, and a bamboo.
All right, so we leave that clearly Khan's mind is made up and probably not going to change. We're okay.
He's in that mode. He's in that mode.
Yeah, this is going to happen. So we go off again to here's Joachim having another conversation with somebody else, having a conversation with Erica, and she is not getting it about how to do all the battling because she's never battled. She says, I'm a biology, not battling person.
Just shoot yourself and get it over with.
Well, so he's helping her, and then he admits he's never been in a battle either. So it's like, okay,
but he had training.
Yeah, well, he had training, but apparently his father, Joachim, never, had him get involved in any of the stuff that was going on back on Earth, I guess.
You had some training? What kind of training? Fencing.
Chess. Well, anyway.
Chess.
So
play a mean tic-tac-toe.
So she gives him a kiss, and he says, "What's that for?" So we both have something to look forward to. End of filler scene.
It's a
So
filler.
then, do I sound like I'm on a rant? So then, you know, Khan is sharpening his blade, and Ursula brings Paolo in, and he reiterates all the same stuff again about the planet being laid waste. But he does add to it that maybe the aliens did surveys and they know where to find water. If we're going to go underground, we're going to need water, right? We need water.
Lots of it, because
Yeah,
there
that's
won't
how-
be any rain.
There's a lot of inferences on what they think the aliens know
Yes.
without even seeing them.
Yeah, because Khan says, well, we'll force it out of them if they have that information, and we don't need the rest of them.
Right.
So Marla tries again to convince Khan that, you shouldn't be doing this way. And she recounts the story of Zephram Cochrane and making the right choice when having first contact and blah, blah, blah. And, he says, I'm going to go. And she says, I'm not afraid you're going to win. I'm just saddened by your lack of imagination. And they go and they're gonna, Khan gives a speech about getting ready to go. So go already, just go.
Go.
So they do start their attack, and all the aliens form these circles. And who cares? Just go in and get them. And they're stopped because they start hearing this ringing, this hum in their minds, the augments. That's right. And their hearts grew 6 times. That's it. No.
And Khan's heart grew 3 times.
Bing, 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 bing.
That's what I picture when he said they're all in circles, they're holding hands, and now they're facing outwards. I went, "Oh no!" I
Yeah.
was singing, morning
They're
walk.
singing, but inside our minds.
I'm laughing by.
Who wrote this? Dr. Seuss?
I'm laughing at the superior intellect. Anyway, so the telepaths are just they melt their weapons and break the weapons. I go, okay, are you melting them? Are you breaking them? What are you doing? Anyway, the weapons are ineffective. And
Almost
so
an Earth, the day the Earth stood still moment.
yeah, so Khan tells Ivan to, retreat, lead a retreat. And he's going, I don't
I'm
retreat.
not going to leave you.
I'm ordering you to leave like I've done every other time in this story. Just leave and leave me behind. And of course, he just barges, I am Khan.
I'm not afraid of you. It is you who should fear me.
Yes, this planet will not see the better of me, even though it has so far. But anyway, let's press on, shall we?
And then communication is made.
Yes, we meet Delmonda. Delmonda is the alien who communicates with Khan and shows him something.
And he's got a great line of fruit snacks in a can.
No, that's Delmonte, not
That's-
Delmonda.
Must be his brother.
Anyway,
Freeze-dried fruit.
so Khan doesn't trust the aliens, but they show him something to help prove that he can trust them, because when he wakes up, he tells Marla.
Wait, you glossed over it because I found it rather funny that it took less time to kill the whole colony of SETI eels than it did for this mind meld thing. It just went on and on and on.
Yes.
There's a
Well,
whole bunch of sound effects and forward and backwards and and you hear water dripping. It's like, oh, he showed us where the water is.
either that or something.
Wow.
Turn off that faucet.
I could have killed 2 colonies in that.
Who left the water running?
So yeah, really. What I was hoping for, you would have to have rights for it, I suppose. What I was hoping for is you would hear Kirk's voice in there someplace, because Kirk is clearly always on Khan's mind,
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
and you only get a flashback of events that have happened on the planet's surface.
Gotcha.
And I don't know whether that is because they're searching his mind for what do you value? What do you need? What is it that's important to you?
That could be because that's their modus operandi. They're very servant
Right.
species, as we'll find out.
So survival is what they're searching for an answer for. So they implant in Khan's mind this vision of where there's underground water.
Mhm.
And he leads a party there. It's an entire underground ocean.
100 miles across.
Because
However you figured that out.
Well, because it's 15 kilometers to here, and then you go from there. So
You
Well, I mean,
can't
if you
see
think about the-
100 kilometers. The curvature would totally get
as deserted as the planet looked in the movie, they had to have some underground water or something.
Well,
Because-
the problem they were going to have is that without rain precipitating back down again. When it evaporated, it was,
That's true. Yeah.
so that was going to be the problem. So Khan at the end of it is clearly shaken by all of this because I feel like what he's wrestling with is, here's somebody who's giving me something
For no
no
and asking
reason,
nothing in return. Yeah.
and that is like foreign to him, and he's going, I don't know if I can trust that. Can I trust that? I don't know. So that's essentially Khan as well. It's like, okay, there's got to be something in it for you if you give something to me. So a lot of this episode is reiterating the same points again and again and again.
Yeah.
Khan being tried to talk out of it again and again and again. And I think it's because this was an episode that, we've talked before about when we have seasons of like Discovery would have a season, and you'd have to hit a certain point at the end of an episode, and either you would have filler in the episode, or sometimes you'd have an entire episode that was filler.
We call that
those 2 points.
we call that the plateau episode.
Yes,
Everything kind of goes straight ahead, and then
pretty much. It's a bottle episode, no matter what they're doing.
yeah,
And I feel like a lot of this was, okay, we have to get from here to the aliens and reveal of, this water source and so forth. So we're gonna hope nobody notices that we kind of have the same conversation all the time.
yeah.
That's just
But
Paulo being Paulo.
We're just being repetitive, so we remember these things.
Yes.
It's very important when your neighboring planet blows up. You gotta reiterate it a couple of times.
It is important. I'm not saying it's not
How
important.
many times it would come up in Congress if that happened to us?
All right. Well,
Mars exploded. What?
when we go to the council meeting in Vulcan, we'll see if that comes up. All right. So we need a scale to rate this by.
Water sources.
Water sources. Dripping faucets. How about dripping faucets?
Dripping faucets.
All right. So dripping faucets. I'm going to give this one. Ooh, I really did not care for this episode. I'm giving this a 4. I give this 4 dripping faucets. I just, the re-listen to do the notes. I'm going, when are they going to stop talking about this thing? Oh, there's another scene where they're talking about it. So yeah, it just a 4. And so going in reverse order, that would be Chuck next, I believe.
I thought I went first, but anyway,
Sorry.
I'm gonna drop this one down a little bit too, and go with a 6. Yeah, like you said, very repetitive. Could have been compressed into about half the time. There was, saving grace for me is like, oh, we got to hear about the avocados or almagordians or whatever we call them.
I found an avocado source. Oh, great.
They give them a different name later on too. It started with an N. It was like not the Naveen, but there's like,
well, they're Elborians.
Alborians. That's it. Boring is right. But
go underground. Yes,
they were a new element in the overarching story that we hadn't known about before. So I found it plausible that they could be a race that is serving. I'm looking for the right word in that, but giving in their nature. It's like, hey, don't worry about us. We might be on fire over here, but we're gonna show you how to, where to find water. But you're right. I think they dug in a little too much to it moved, kill it. And you can't change my mind. Obviously Ivan was not helping the situation. That's Ivan being Ivan. So we've clearly got the characters all lined up in this thing. So yeah, 6 dripping faucets. Craig?
Okay.
I'm actually going to give it a 5 because I didn't feel like it propelled the story forward enough. And to Clinton's point, it was repetitive. I was like, didn't we just hear this? A few times. So yeah, this episode didn't really do a lot for me.
Right. And the actor is not the actor's fault because
No.
the voice acting on this, especially and it was just doing Khan is like it's great. I mean, you never gonna forget that it's not Ricardo Montalban, but it's like in his own right, it's great, what he's doing.
That and the sound design I think is really good on these episodes.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh, that's where I got the name Naveen. It's Naveen Andrews.
oh,
But they do give him a different name in a future episode, but I can't recall what it is at the moment. Sorry.
George. They call him George. It's
yeah.
weird.
I think this. By the way, I think the sound design in the whole series is really good.
Yes.
And the voice acting. So
having done some similar smaller scale productions, but makes you appreciate what they
as a 20-year podcaster.
Well, this thing took years. Originally I think it was supposed to be
it was supposed to be a series.
Yes,
Supposed to be a miniseries. Yes.
Yep. And then they turned it into an audio drama and did a great job.
And I'm wondering, what the differences are between this audio drama and what. Now, I don't know how far Nicholas Meyer got with the treatment, whether we got to like the breakout of, actual scripts for each hour. So I'm wondering how much were the writing team putting in to, have the story of a certain length that was probably required by, CBS studios for what they wanted it to be. So I'm really interested to know what was there before and what was added to it afterwards.
Right. Yeah, true.
I don't know if we'll find out or not, but all right. Well, there we go. And so we can come back from that, our second main mission. I don't know if we need a sound effect for that or not. Calculating.
There you
Working.
go.
Hardly working.
Unemployed.
All right. Well,
Kicking back, having a smoke
these kids don't smoke.
in the bathroom.
Yeah.
No, this detective, he's going to get rained on. Anyway, it's time to refill the dilithium chamber and try to warp on out of here. You can find me, Clinton, at Comedy Forecast, all one word with the number 4.com. I just wrapped up the Dog Days of Pumpkin Spice season. So if you haven't heard any of that yet, there's 31 days full of odd stories. And as a bonus, each episode has a classic clip from the first 20 years of Comedy Forecast.
Yes.
Some of them I don't even remember doing, and it's my voice. So that's how old some of those things are.
Was I sleeping when I made this?
Yeah. What was I thinking? And this
before the accident.
And this week, as opposed to the last 2 weeks, when I say it, it will actually mean something. And who speaks for you guys?
I will. So you can find Chuck and I at the next regular council meeting in the town of Vulcan or Hurricana on November 10th.
You don't get up.
Now you can find us at chuckchat.com/Technorama or just search for Technorama Podcast in Google and you'll find us everywhere. You can subscribe to us for free if you want and listen to our episodes. And there we go.
Excellent.
Thank you.
All right. So with all that said, think it's time to hit the theme, boys.
This one.
If you like the show, please be sure to tell a friend about it and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We'd love to hear from you. Follow us on Blue Sky at The Topic is Trek. Visit our Facebook page or call us at 816-TREKKER. That's 816-873-5537. Until next time, on behalf of Chuck, Craig, and myself, I'm Clinton, thanking you for listening. And as we always say here on The Topic is Trek, don't
put on the red shirt. Get off my planet.
Don't put on the red skirt.
This is Set Alpha 4.
Don't put on the red scant.
Please don't. Please don't. If you have any decency, please don't.
Nah.
There's always somebody wearing one of those on the cruise.
Or Dragon Con or something, yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna say bid adieu to the live stream. We should be back, schedules permitting, in 2 weeks. We will be talking about episodes, surprisingly enough, 6 and 7 of Star Trek Con. So if you haven't had a chance to check those out, do so. The story, I mean, I know that these 2 episodes we kind of rated a bit on the low side, but the first several we were rated rather high. So as with anything, it's kind of uneven.
Yeah.
So I think you might enjoy it. So, all right. Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Later, y'all.